US ban, Canada new travel ban targets these 10 nations, a must-watch. Subscribe to Voyage Pulse. Breaking news! Did Canada just ban these countries from traveling, including the United States? Stick around, because the truth behind Canada's shocking new travel restrictions will leave you speechless. This is not just about visas, it's about diplomacy, national security, and global power struggles. Welcome to Voyage Pulse, your go-to source for raw, unfiltered travel intelligence. Smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because what we're about to reveal is too critical to ignore. In early May 2025, Canada's Immigration Ministry quietly updated a government database that listed high-risk travel origins. This didn't go unnoticed. A confidential leak from a parliamentary aide confirmed that a temporary national entry restriction framework was being drafted, targeting 10 nations, citing security threats, migration risks, and diplomatic tensions. Was this political, a security response, or retaliation? And who made the list? That's right. The first country on the list is the United States of America. While this isn't a full travel ban, it includes restrictions on specific U.S. citizens and travelers with dual nationalities flagged under intelligence sharing agreements. Why? Sources point to increasing concerns about extremist threats, untraceable gun exports, and anti-government movements crossing into Canadian territory. True story. In March, a group tied to the American sovereign citizen movement was caught with weapons at the Ontario border. This sparked internal debates in Canadian Parliament and reportedly fueled the decision. It's unprecedented. Never before has Canada taken such a tough stance on its southern neighbor. Could this signal a long-term shift in US-Canada relations? Canada and Iran have had a tense relationship for years, but in 2025, it got worse. Intelligence reports showed an increase in asylum seekers with falsified documents, money laundering links, and political infiltration attempts. True story. A Canadian cybersecurity investigation revealed a shell company based in Toronto had ties to Iran's Revolutionary Guard, funneling data on Iranian dissidents abroad. Iran's digital espionage campaign has reached new levels. The ban isn't about the people, it's about the regime's reach. Nigeria was added due to concerns over fraudulent travel documents, identity theft rings, and cybercrime syndicates. True story. In early 2025, over 300 fake student visa applications were traced back to a criminal ring operating between Abuja and Montreal. Canadian universities raised alarms about exploitation. This isn't just a travel issue, it's a criminal justice crisis. But is banning the solution, or a distraction? Canada and India's ties hit rock bottom after the assassination of a Sikh activist in Vancouver led to allegations of foreign involvement. Accusations flew. Then came retaliatory diplomatic expulsions. True story. A leaked email from a Canadian embassy suggested India had engaged in aggressive visa lobbying, threatening economic retaliation if Canada didn't back off. Canada's ban isn't forever, but it's political. It's a power play in a growing Indo-Pacific tug-of-war. Canada imposed temporary entry restrictions on Haiti due to surging refugee applications, governmental collapse, and gang-led violence spilling across borders. True story. A Canadian charity worker shared how multiple Haitian families in Dominican refugee camps begged to be smuggled into Quebec, believing Canada would take them in. Are we protecting Canada, or turning our backs on those who need us most? Travelers from Pakistan are now under intense scrutiny after security agencies flagged a rise in radical networks, dual passport abuse, and cross-continental terrorism funding. True story. In February, Canadian law enforcement disrupted a money laundering network with ties to Karachi, funneling crypto to unregistered mosques in British Columbia. This is about surveillance and control, but is it fair to implicate millions based on a few bad actors? In the aftermath of cyber attacks on Canadian infrastructure, Ottawa labeled multiple Russian organizations as national security threats. Travel from Russia now faces severe restrictions. True story. Toronto's entire city council network was brought down in a ransomware attack linked to Russian operatives. Days later, travel restrictions were quietly announced. This isn't Cold War 2.0, it's Digital War 1.0. While Canada has welcomed thousands of Syrian refugees, it now faces backlash after discovering terror cell reactivations, undocumented travelers, and networking between diaspora factions. True story. A 2024 security sweep in Alberta discovered a radical sleeper cell disguised as humanitarian volunteers. Humanitarianism has limits, at least according to this new policy. Canada's ban on Somalia shocked many. While security concerns persist, critics say the move is based on racial profiling, poor intelligence, and political scapegoating. True story. Somali Canadian families in Toronto's Rexdale community say their visiting relatives were blocked from entering, even with valid documents. We are being erased by bureaucracy. This isn't security, it's systematic exclusion. These bans reflect a new era in global travel, where trust, technology, and nationalism collide. Is Canada becoming more like the nations it once criticized? Whether you agree or not, one thing's clear: mobility is no longer a right. It's a privilege decided by algorithms, borders, and political winds. This was Voyage Pulse. If you found this eye-opening, like this video and comment below. Should Canada be allowed to ban countries like this? Which ban surprised you most? Subscribe for our follow-up. 5 countries Canada quietly added to the watch list. You won't believe number 2.